Sorry we didn't upload on Sunday. Dan actually got really ill on Saturday. It wasn't COVID, don't worry. But yeah, he was just feeling really under the weather, and we obviously had a big plan to do like a kind of kitchen update tour thing, and the poor guy, he just couldn't really get out of bed the whole weekend. Yeah, he was pretty ill. So we didn't upload on Sunday, and he's still not feeling that great. Well, he wasn't feeling great yesterday, and he's still not feeling that great today. So it is up to me to do the kitchen update, and I will try and do my best to talk about the new kitchen and sound like I know what I'm talking about. Dan is normally the one who's better at this sort of thing, but I will try my best to give you a tour of what is going on in the kitchen right now. So I guess starting, I'm obviously standing against something blue, which is obviously very new. We haven't had anything blue in the kitchen before, but I will just give you a little overview. So here we are. Ta-da. Sorry, I'm eating some apple and peanut butter right now, which is that over there. So the kitchen is pretty much there. I'd say we're like 80% there of getting the kitchen done. There are a few bits that still need to be completed, which I will show you in the vlog, but I mean, functionality wise, we're using the kitchen. We can use the kitchen, we can store our food in here, we can cook on the oven, you know, we could wash our dishes in the sink, we can wash them in the dishwasher. It's amazing. After having to wash our dishes in the teeny tiny bathroom sink that we have for about 3 weeks, honestly, having the sink that we have and having a dishwasher right now is absolutely amazing. I am over the moon that we have all of that. So I think I'm gonna start on this side of the room, and then I'm just gonna take you around and just talk about all the different bits and pieces that we've done so far. Okay, so here we are on this side of the room. Now, if you remember, on this side actually used to be where the previous kitchen was, or like where most of the units and things were. So there used to be all the green base units along here. The oven was here, the sink was like probably around here. It's all gone, and we have replaced it now with these very tall, lovely larder and pantry units. Now this section here, obviously there's no door here right now. This is where our fridge is going to be. We were waiting for the electrics to get done for this, which actually got done today. I'll take you in. There we go. There's our lovely little plug. So Dan and I just basically need to move this, the fridge freezer in here and put the door on. We just haven't got around to that yet because obviously Dan is still not feeling well, so he's still in bed and I can't lift it by myself. But that is the plan for here, and then this thing here, actually, this needs to go into the pantry. This is one of my pantry shelves. It's actually really heavy, so I think 3 of us need to do that, and obviously it's only me and Dan at the moment, so it's gonna have to wait. But this one here, this is a larder here. I can just show you inside. This is where we're storing all of our food right now, but eventually all of this will be moved into the pantry, which is this one here. It's a double pantry. So, I mean, again, there's not that much in here right now, just like random bits and pieces, but there is going to be a pantry shelf along this door here, and there's also going to be a pantry shelf along this door here, which is exciting. And then we've got our coffee machine, which we can plug in. As you could tell, I'm very excited that our plugs have been done today. And I mean, yeah, there's not that much else in here. This is something I'm really excited about. These obviously came with the kitchen, including the baskets, and at the moment I'm just keeping all of my onions and things in here. So I've got onions and garlic in here, and then down here I've got a hell of a lot of potatoes. But that is just so handy, because have you ever found it in a kitchen? At least I've always found it in a kitchen that I've never had anywhere to put like my onions and my garlic and stuff, and I knew when I was designing the kitchen that I needed a little space for that. So when we were looking at the pantry units, we noticed that that was a thing, and I was very impressed and very happy that I could have that in my kitchen for all my onions and my garlic. So that's very exciting. And then, I mean, this one here, I think honestly this is just full of like dog food. Again, really not full of a lot of stuff. Oh, I need to move that spoon because I can put him in my cutlery drawer now. And this one here, again, I'm pretty certain it's just full of our microwaves in here. We wanted to make sure our microwave is hidden away because honestly, it's not the prettiest microwave, obviously. So he's hidden away, and then there's just like random bits and pieces. Really not that interesting. Not that interesting at all. This section of the room is obviously not done yet. So what we've done here is we have painted these walls with one coat of primer, and we've sanded them down once and we've filled them once. We're gonna sand them down, we're gonna prime them again and sand them down again, but until then, they are just like a very bright kind of whitish color right now. And I think we're actually gonna remove this radiator. I'm not entirely sure what we're doing with this section here. And there is still a blender panel that needs to go on here, which will obviously be the same color blue as the units, but that's that. This room here hasn't even been touched at all. As you can see, we've still got one of those rickety old doors on there. That will eventually be our laundry room, but until then, it's not a priority right now. And as you can see, we haven't actually managed to get all the tiles up to this spot yet. But speaking of the tiles, I love them. So they still need to be grouted and sealed, which Dan and I just haven't got around to doing yet, but once they're done, I think they're just gonna be so amazing. I was originally quite skeptical. I was quite skeptical of having the tiles in the kitchen. I never used to be a lover of tiles in a kitchen. I always used to find it really, really cold, but that's probably because all the tiles I ever stood on don't have underfloor heating, and these ones do. And I've been assured by Daniel and Adrian that my feet will not be cold underneath them. And yeah, it took a lot of convincing to get me onto the tile hype in the kitchen, but I'm actually really glad that I've gone for it now, because I really do feel that they have brightened this space so much. We needed everything to be really bright in here because we're in the basement. As you can see from like outside there, that is literally a wall, and it just doesn't get any light in here really. So we needed it to be light and bright. And actually when these tiles were laid, I came downstairs and I just thought, oh my God, they've just brightened the room up so much, and they really, really did. So we are absolutely ecstatic with how they are. And we got them in an opus pattern, which again, I had to be convinced on because I wanted them not to be the same size, but I'm really happy with it. I think an opus pattern is the way to go. So yeah, that's it for our floor tiles. And I guess let's move on to the window seat. So here is our lovely window seat. Again, it is not finished yet, but it will be. So Dan has painted this twice, I believe, and he's also sanded down the top here. Obviously it's a little bit dirty right now because we've had the electrician in and stuff today, but he sanded this down. This used to be a lot darker. I don't know if you remember. I'm gonna get rid of the spoon. But yeah, no, he has sanded this down, so it's a lot brighter. And we're kind of trying to decide on what color to paint this. We don't know. So this white right now is obviously just a primer, and it is like bloody bright. So we're definitely not going to go for a white. I kind of want a warm white, but I also don't want it to be too much of a different color. I don't know. I don't know. If anybody has any suggestions, please let us know. It'd be really great because I'm actually kind of struggling to decide on what color to paint this. But we are obviously going to get like a lovely upholstered cushion on there and lots more cushions to line the back. But for now, I'm just trying to decide on what paint color to properly paint it. So I don't know, but it's just a lovely feature, and everybody, all of our friends and stuff who we showed it to all said that we couldn't knock it out, and obviously we had no intention of knocking it out anyway. So it's a lovely, lovely feature, and it's a lot nicer now that we've got the window replaced. The window that was here beforehand was so old, so drafty, really just like not the one, and now we've got this lovely new window in. So this is just going to be probably my favorite little spot in this room when it's done. And yeah, I've just got some things here. These are all my little cookbooks. I went on a cookbook binge and I ordered absolutely loads. So I can't wait to get cooking in there. Okay, this is our island. Our island is absolutely huge. Originally it wasn't supposed to have this part, and it wasn't supposed to have this part, but because we pushed the step back, I don't know if you can remember, but there used to be a step that came all the way out, probably to about here, and we got rid of that. I think it was a decorative feature, beforehand, but it just compromised on a lot of space, and we just didn't want it. So we obviously knocked it back, and it's made a lot more space in the room, which is great. And it obviously meant that we were able to fit in a bigger island, and that's what we've done. The island is absolutely massive. I honestly don't think I've ever seen an island as big as this. It is just absolutely enormous, but it's amazing because it can fit so much stuff in. So down here, this is our lovely dishwasher, and this is very exciting. Oh, it's dirty, but I'll try not to show you the dirtiness of it, but look. Oh yes, that's a cutlery drawer. I made it an essential thing that my dishwasher had in a cutlery drawer, because those who know, a cutlery drawer is the way to go. It's way better than a cutlery basket, or whatever you may call it. It's the way to go. But got my dishwasher in. We've got this absolutely enormous double Belfast sink. It's absolutely enormous. Did I know how much I needed a double Belfast sink? No, I didn't, but now I do. And I'm so happy I have one, because I like to put all my dirty plates in this side, and then all my, and then I wash them on this side, and it just means that my water doesn't get as dirty. And honestly, game changer, life changer. If anybody's looking for a Belfast sink, make sure you get a double, because it's wonderful. And then obviously we have lots of storage underneath. This is great. This is really great. This is where we keep all of our kitchen foil and stuff. Dan hasn't been tidying that properly, because it's supposed to have all of our cleaning products in, and Daniel keeps putting the bloody kitchen foil in there. These lovely little serving trays, we've used them actually a few times, which is nice. It's really nice, and especially when we're able to have guests over, we'll definitely use them a lot more. So we've got 4 of those. Here is another little pulley. This is very exciting too. It's where I keep all my tea towels, so they're not just hung over the oven all the time, looking messy. I'm just I'm very, very excited for all these little quirks that this kitchen has. And we actually don't have anything in these drawers yet, because I've got so much storage in here and I just don't know what to do with all of it. But yeah, that is our island, and again, we're just so excited by it. And also our tap. Again, this is another amazing feature. So the tap that we had before in the kitchen was on its last legs. It wasn't really working. It did have dual function, you could change the spray on it, but it didn't work. So it only had one very small dribble, and it was just kind of coming apart and peeling off, and yeah, it was on its last leg. So it's very nice to have this beautiful feature tap. I think it's beautiful. And look, whoa, what, and whoa. How crazy is that? I bet everyone's watching why are you so excited over a tap? I get very excited over very small things like that when it's been a long time since I've been able to use something that seems quite basic. It isn't, okay? It's just not for me. So no, we're loving our tap, we're loving our island, it's amazing. The worktop, I guess, is something that is very important to talk about. Now, this worktop is from a company called Decton, and the range is Aura, and honestly, this is the sturdiest, most undamageable, if that's even a word, worktop that you can probably find. Dan and I, we're very clean. We are clean people. We always keep things clean, but in terms of tidiness, we're clean, but it's hard for us to be clean when we're cooking and eating and stuff. I make a mess. I make such a mess. I'm really, really clumsy. I'm always knocking things over, and we just needed something that was going to be able to take our absolute chaoticness. And this is what it was. We originally obviously really wanted real marble, but we knew that we would just ruin it. As much, even if we tried our best to not be so clumsy and chaotic, we knew we would ruin it, and it just wasn't even an option, because it is just so delicate to have as a worktop. So we needed something different, and I love this one because I really do think the veining on here is just, oh my god, so stunning, and actually so vibrant as well, which I really love. I love how vibrant it is. It's actually a matte top, and I think because it's matte, it makes it all that more special. So we love it, and yeah, there is absolutely nothing we can do to this that's going to ruin it. Nothing. The only thing that I think we could do to this is if we were to get another piece of the worktop and scrape it across. That would be the only thing that cuts it, because stone cuts stone. It's not porous, it's just literally, it's great. So we've done a very good job with this one. It is a mixture of silestone and porcelain, and there's something else in there. I think I've mentioned it on a previous video, but either way, Decton Aura, and it is absolutely amazing. It's lovely and thick as well. And also these edges are shiny, which is just, again, lovely little feature there. And here we are, we have come to the back of the kitchen. Now, obviously, as you probably have already noticed, we have literally switched everything around. So obviously an oven used to be on this side of the kitchen, sink used to be on this side. We switched everything around, and it just works out a lot better for us. So these are beautiful wall units. In here I've literally just got some lovely things, so all of my lovely china in here, and some more, is that china? All of my glassware in here, and then I've got all of my lovely china in here, which is really nice. I like that these are open so people can kind of, well, me, can see in and see what, you know, I've got on display there. And then, yeah, we've just got some lovely base units here. These drawers, this is our cutlery drawer here, which is great. Love having a cutlery drawer after we literally lived off of like the cutlery tray that we got all of our cutlery in. How many times can I say cutlery? These cabinets are actually wonderful, that are part of our beautiful, beautiful mantelpiece. So in this one, I've just got some very basic things. So I've got all of my chopped tomatoes in here, things that I basically reach for the most when I'm cooking. My little egg cups. I love a dippy egg, it is my life. What are they? Stock cubes. Some stock cubes in there. My amazing range cooker. This thing is absolutely massive, but oh my gosh, it is just absolutely wonderful. So we've got 6 hobs on here, and then this is an oven, this is a grill, this is an oven, and then we've got a little tray dish drawer. A drawer for your trays at the end there. And honestly, this is amazing. My sisters and my mother are all amazing chefs, and they told me that I needed to get a freestanding range oven, so I did. And then when I showed it to them, they all said, oh my gosh, you've got the biggest oven in existence. And I said, I thought that's just what freestanding range ovens were like. Apparently I've gone for like a really, really big one. Which I just didn't think. They told me to get one, and my sister Alex also said to me that I needed a minimum of 3 ovens, and I've got 2, because if I wanted 3, this thing would have been so much bigger. So I mean, I've done the best I can, but apparently it's huge, so I don't know. Either way, it's amazing. It cooks things really, really well. I'm absolutely loving using it. And yeah, we basically needed to move the sink into the island, just because functionality wise, you know, obviously when you're kind of like cooking up on your hob here, or you want to like fill your pasta, bloop, bloop, use the sink, bloop, or the tap I should say, bloop, and put it back. So functionality wise, we needed that we knew that the sink and the oven needed to be a lot closer together, so hence why the sink is in the island. And then as you can see, we've obviously got the most amazing splashback, which is the exact same as our lovely, lovely worktops. And what we are going to be doing is we are going to be wrapping this around the inside of the mantelpiece here. And here we need to order a few more bits for it, but that is the plan eventually. And we're also going to be plopping it up here as well. Equally up here, we're going to be getting an extractor fan, and again, that was one of the reasons why the oven needed to move. So the previous kitchen, I've mentioned this before, it didn't have an extractor fan, and it was an issue. The room always smelled of food, and a lot of the units and things above the oven was sticky just because of all the old like cooking grease and stuff on there. And you know, if we kept on top of it, obviously that wouldn't happen to us, but the issue of the smelling kitchen was a thing, and so we haven't got our extractor fan installed yet, but we will be getting it installed next time Adrian is here. And the reason it needed to go on this wall is because this is an external wall, and to install an extractor fan you need it to be on an external wall, I believe, or that's what Adrian has said to us. So hence why everything has had to move over to this side of the kitchen, but I'm absolutely loving it. This is one of my favorite things in the world. The mantelpiece is again just absolutely stunning, and I'm so glad it fits. We were very, very cautious at one point that it was going to be way, way, way too big, because the ceilings are actually very, very low in here, but it actually fits perfectly, so we're really, really happy. And then in this cabinet here, this is where we keep all of our vitamins, salt and peps here, some ibuprofen, and then all of our little herbs and spices and things like that. And honestly, usage is just amazing, because when I'm cooking, I can just grab one, plop it in, put it back. Functionality wise, we are hitting the nail on the head with all of this. When Dan and I were designing the kitchen, I wanted it to be as functional as possible because the previous kitchen was just not functional. Like, things were all over the place everywhere. And I've always needed and wanted a functional kitchen, and that is when Dan and I were when Dan and I were designing the kitchen, that was like the thing at the forefront of our mind, was the functionality of the kitchen. And I think we've done a really good job. And when I say, you know, Dan and I designing it, I'm not saying that in like a pretentious way. Like, genuinely, Dan and I had the biggest hand in the design ever. So Mark, who we got the kitchen from, is a family friend of Dan's, and he was really great at just kind of letting us do our own thing with it. So we obviously, you know, I explained to him like the kind of kitchen that I was looking for. I wanted it to be shaker style, etc, etc. But aside from that, he basically said, cool, I'm going to recommend you this, and there we go. So the kitchen itself is from Symphony, the Wexford range, and it's honestly just lovely, as you can probably see. But yeah, so basically Mark said, this is the one I recommend and you should get that. And then it was up to me and Dan to basically carefully draw out all of our plans and, you know, just design everything and measure out the room itself to work out what was going to fit, what wasn't going to fit. So we literally did the whole thing. And again, I'm not trying to like sound pretentious or anything here, but when I say we designed the kitchen, we did design the kitchen. We chose the color as well. It was a paint to order color. You can't like just get this color. So it's a paint to order color, and I believe it is French grey. But obviously it's a lot more blue in person, so, and on camera, I guess. I mean, it's a blue color, but it's lovely. It's called French grey. And then, yeah, and we also decided on having the wall units in white as well. We just thought that it would make the room look a lot bigger. I think I've previously mentioned that the ceilings are really low in here, and we basically wanted to add height in any which way that we can. And so by having a lighter color up top and then a darker color on bottom, we thought that would be a really good way to kind of add that extra height to the kitchen that we needed. And then I guess last but not least, on this side of the kitchen, so here is exactly the mirror image of this side, and then obviously up here we've just got some more glassware in here. These are more like everyday glassware that we use. I got my lovely toaster here, which is plugged in. Oh. And actually, this is really important for all of my girls out there or guys out there who wear loads and loads of rings. I always take my rings off when I'm cooking. I don't know why, I just do it. So this is a little ring dish, and it's a good way to just throw them all on there so you don't lose them or anything. Just something that I thought of, and that's actually really helpful. So, and that is it. That is the kitchen. So in terms of what we else, oh, I guess I should probably mention the pink wall. We are going to be painting the entire kitchen pink, but for now it is just this wall, and it is Middleton pink from Farrow & Ball. And this was a very rash decision. I wanted to add a little bit more life, a little bit more color to the room, and I was just kind of like looking through the Farrow & Ball like leaflet that we have of all the colors, and I thought that pink would probably go really well. So we ordered 3 samples. We ordered Middleton, Calamine, and Cinder Rose. Calamine was originally my favorite, and then we put it on the wall, thought it would be too dark. We need this room to be as light as possible. I've mentioned this so many times, but again, it's in the basement. We need light colors. Calamine was gonna be too dark. So I got Middleton pink. When I first put it on the wall, Dan walked in and went, oh my God, what have you done? I went, oh my God, what have I done? And yeah, we had a bit of a moment, but actually once the units and everything were installed, it works so well. And originally we were like, no, we can't paint the whole room pink, we just can't do it. And now we're like, hell yeah, we're gonna paint the whole room pink. Oh my goodness, so the whole room is gonna be pink. I'm really excited for it. We need to get on with that at some point, but. And then this wire, these cupboards do have lights in them and they will light up at some point, so this wire is just there, ready for when that is gonna get done. But yeah, it's just looking so nice. I'm so happy. So in terms of what we have got left to do, obviously we've got the laundry room left to do, which I've already said, and we also have this step left to do. So when Adrian is back, he is going to finish tiling this step, and then this will all be done, which is great, because at the moment we have to work on cardboard, just because if you look up close, so this is underfloor heating, these red things here, and to make sure it works you have to keep them like equidistant apart. You can't have them touching, otherwise it basically buggers the whole thing. So we have to walk on cardboard right now because we don't want to ruin our underfloor heating. Obviously we've still got some bits and pieces here. This door is actually being removed and we're going to have an archway here because I'm sure you've already seen this, but if we go through here, don't look in here because it's awful, but there is a glass door here. This is getting replaced soon, I think, actually. Dan is on that. I'm pretty certain this is getting replaced in the next few weeks, which is exciting. But we're going to keep it a glass door and we won't have a door here. More light into the kitchen, which is going to be lovely. Lovely, lovely. And then this area here, unfortunately, is not going to be done for a while because this is our electric issue. If anybody is buying a house, I think I've said this before, and they see this, the electrics look like this, make sure you negotiate it off of the asking price because it is costing us all a bloody fortune. These electrics are awful, and we basically need to move these units, but our electrician can't really do that until he's pretty much done with all the other rooms in the house. So this section, unfortunately, is going to have to stay like this for a while. It's not an issue. I would much rather us have like safe electrics than just board it all up and live with what we have. Also, I don't think I can because it's illegal. So this section is going to have to stay like this for a while, but it's not an issue. The plans are, though, for this, which is very exciting, is we're going to have some more base units along here. And then there is going to be a wine fridge here, and then I think we're going to have some shelving just up top here. So it is going to be a lovely area, but again, that is actually probably not going to be for a fair few months because there's just nothing we can do about it. So, and then that's, honestly, that's pretty much it. Oh, the lights. I was just thinking, because I'm next to the light switches here. So the lights are still... Yeah, we still have 26 spotlights in this room, but I think they're getting done quite soon. We're just waiting for our electrician to find some time, but he basically needs to go in from the floor above to get rid of all these lights. So he's going to be ripping out the drawing room so he can access all these. And then the plan is, I'm pretty certain, is we're obviously going to be having 4 pendant lights over the island to match the chairs. And then I think we're having 4 spotlights on this side and 4 spotlights on this side. I'm not entirely sure. Again, that is more so Dan's bag, but we have drawn it out and we have spoken to our electrician, so there is definitely a plan in place. But please don't forget to follow us on Instagram. We're at the Bleu House. We're also on TikTok now. I know we're getting down with the kids, even though we are kids. We're 25, but feel about 45. Our TikTok is the Bleu House also, and there will be daily updates on both of those. So please don't forget to follow, and please like, share, and subscribe.